No, my ex-girlfriend, she claimed to be a vegetarian. And what is a so-called vegetarian doing with a sausage casing next to the bed? I'm just as shocked as you are. The dishonesty in our house. And the wastefulness, because you can eat this part of the sausage, right, gang? You know what I mean? Clean plate flow, come on. I feel like some of you can't see, so I'm gonna pass this around the room. All right, ladies first. Okay. I'm just kidding. I gotta be careful, there's like some hollandaise or something in here. Some of it spilled out of my pocket. I don't know what it was. It had like a weird ranch flavor to it. That might have been my pocket though. I used Tide with ranch. Never mind. Okay.
Hey, what flavor is that?
What flavor? I don't know. I think it's boudin. That's just, I thought that guy might know Cajun sausage terms. No. The other day I pulled this out at a show and someone goes, ribs. I was like, this isn't ribs, it's a sausage, you idiot. They're like, rib for her pleasure. I was like, ribs are for everyone's pleasure. It's a delicious, juicy, meaty part of the bone. You a weirdo? All right. No, I'm just kidding, everyone. I know what this is. It's a microphone cover. I can never get these things on. Clean comedy, everybody. Clean comedy. Never mind. Okay. I don't know. I'm just goofing. This has been a bizarre time, everybody. I like that table, though. I hope one of y'all adopts me. I don't need all of you, just one. Don't worry, by the way, if you have to use the microphone later, that condom was unlubed. That's the only time that's ever been a good phrase. No, because it's like the one time I'm sitting there, I'm trying to watch the porn, you know what I mean? And I'm all high and I'm all getting distracted by like my morals. Because the dad in the video, he's got his penis in the babysitter. And she's going down on the mom, and I'm all distracted thinking to myself, well, who's taking care of the kids? I'm typing in the comment section, where are the children? Everyone's downvoting me the whole time. This guy sent me a link that broke my laptop. And the FBI came, they're like, you're going downtown. I'm like, to the Apple store? Because my laptop, never mind. No, it's been really fun, but I'm gonna get out of here. My name's Dan Alton. I run a back alley abortion clinic called Alley Oops. Our savings are real slim. No, never mind, everybody. It's been great. Let's get Brian B back up here.
I'm gonna ask you ladies something because I don't know if this is something my wife got worked up over nothing about, but the other night I used her vibrator. She got really mad and I said, well, you tell me what else in the house can kill a spider and make cool machine gun noises as it hits the table. My sex life, it's biblical. Most of my stories are from a long time ago, and ladies, you're just gonna have to trust that it's gonna be good for you. You guys like to role play in the bedroom? My wife does. The other day she's like, you're gonna be the roller coaster, and I was like, sweet. I was like, how the fuck do I play a roller coaster? She said, I'm gonna ride you for 2 minutes, and in the end I'm gonna throw up. So, I know you guys are probably excited about this because, I don't know, I was excited when I found this out. Most of you guys probably were excited like the first time you realized you didn't have a gag reflex in my ass. My dad asked me if I was gay and I said, no way dude, it's not gay if you get paid for it. I'm not gay, but my sister's gay and my dad has a little, he's old school, he just doesn't have a, can't handle it, but it's not that big of a deal. My sister and I, we have arguments though. Like it's not politically correct to say something's gay. Like you can't say that's your hat's gay or that game was gay or whatever. But she said, "Will you tell me when it's okay? You can say it's gay." And I said, "Well, okay." I said, "I'm gonna get a wood chipper and it's gonna be tattooed on the whole backside of my ass, so I can shred those dicks." She said, "You're right. You win. That's pretty gay." Detroit Lions fans were a lot like battered women. We see things are getting better, but deep down inside, we really know what's coming. That was a light one. We're going to go to the next one here. When I was 19, my pregnant girlfriend and I got caught having sex by her husband. I know, even then I got away with it because I was a comedian. I was like, my mouth was like over her vagina, and I said, "It's okay, dude. I was just giving the baby CPR." Here's the one you're really gonna like. Anybody here have a vegan friend? No, they're kind of assholes. My friend's not really an asshole. He's just a little preachy about it. And I said, "Dude, it's cool that you eat your vegetable, but it's been like a year since she's been in that car accident." And I know that's super insensitive because a lot of you people probably own cars. That's been my time. My name's Jared Grease.
Because I also didn't know my biological father growing up. That's kind of where I see myself. Like, he'd come over every once in a while and we'd play a game. I called it hide and seek, and he called it, the authorities called it an Amber Alert. We didn't talk much growing up. I remember we did have one talk, and it was my very first sex talk. I was 6 years old. I wasn't ready for it, but for some reason he was. And he told me all about sex, and I remember thinking, most of this shit sounds fucking terrible, but I didn't say that because I was 6. But he even said, "Seth, there's some girls that'll want you to put your wiener in their bottom." I was like, that is absolutely disgusting. Like, how many people would even want that? And unblinkingly, he looked me right in the eyes and goes, 1 in 5. Like I said, I didn't know him, so I don't know what his job was, or like why he had that information readily available. I'm a fucking weird guy. A little bit later on in life, you guys, I started drinking quite a bit. And I've gotten in some trouble for drinking. I don't want to tell you how many DUIs that I have, but it is 3 more than I have college degrees. So, I didn't do all that well in school. My mom would always say, "Seth, you just need to apply yourself more." And my ex-wife would always say, "It's because you're so goddamn stupid." Like they do. Ex-wives. The last time I was drinking, you guys, I got a little out of hand. The last thing I remember, really, at the bar, is we started doing these shots. They're called Dale Earnhardt. You guys ever heard of these? No. It's where you take a shot of liquor, and you set it on fire, and then you chuck it at a wall really fucking hard. So after a few of those, you guys, I decided to get in my car and try and drive. And that was a bad choice. I thought I was doing everything right. I wasn't going to get pulled over for the 3rd time. I was drinking out of the camo cans. I had the headlights off. They still pulled me over. He wanted me to get out and do the roadside sobriety test. I fell over right there. He looked down on the ground and goes, "Jesus Christ. Seth, if I have you take a breathalyzer right now, what do you think you'll blow?" I said, "I don't know. 3 or 4 cops to get out of a DUI." He fucking tricked me. I did 7 of them. Took me to jail anyway. I went to jail. You guys ever been to jail? Looking at this guy's probably been to jail. No. Yeah, all right. Called that. When you first get to jail, they put you in a room called holding, and it's just this concrete room with a whole bunch of people who are fucking pissed off to be in there. And I met this one guy, his name was Kenny M.
Kenny M. My name's Kenny M.
He said everything like 3 or 4 times. He was high on drugs, that was very apparent. Shit, what else about Kenny M? Kenny M had really bad teeth, you know, like real bad. I figured that the M stood for meth. Kenny M had the kind of mouth that like he'd do drugs and then a tooth would fall out, but instead of getting pissed off, he'd be like, oh sweet, now I've got more room for meth. Now all the fucking teeth taking up all the room in his mouth. Now he's got all this, he's got more space. You guys, another thing about me, young age, my mom came out of the closet as gay. I was in 5th grade. It was 1992, so being gay wasn't like super out in the open yet. Like even the rainbow hadn't come out as gay yet. It wasn't like super cool. They didn't give you a talk show just because you're gay. Like the only gay person on TV when my mom came out was that one fella, Rosie O'Donnell. That's a mean joke. But when my mom came out, you guys, it kind of forced me into like a more progressive line of thinking at a young age. You know, I'm cool with gay. You know, I started then. I'm cool with like the trans movement. I'm cool with the Black Lives Matter movement. I'm cool with. I'm a people person. You know, I just want people to be happy for the most part. And I try to be progressive as much as I can. The other day, I was walking down the street with a buddy of mine. And he said, hey Seth, check out that chick. She's got some super great tits. And I was like, hey man, that's super, you can't say that anymore. Now you have to say, that person has really nice tits. You guys, I decided I wanted to get rid of cable. There's too many commercials, there's too many shows I can't fucking stand on TV anymore. I've been trying to watch a couple shows. I tried watching this show, you guys ever heard of the show Locked Up Abroad? It has nothing to do with keeping a girl tied up in her basement. I think they should make a show where they get a bunch of homeless people together and they make them all compete against each other, and it's called Who Wants Dinner?
I'm on Tinder. Yeah, I'm on Tinder. One thing I've learned from being on Tinder is every girl is good at taking selfies. I don't know what, like, it doesn't matter if you're good looking or not. Like, good looking, they're just like, here's my boobs, here's my butt, here's me out in the woods, just like one of the boys. But ugly girls are good at selfies too. They just like focus on their best feature, and then they focus on that, and I'll be swiping through, I'm like, ooh, that's a sexy little nose on this one. What else is there to know about her? They're like 5 or 6 pictures in, and like, I haven't gotten past her face. This one must be enormous. That doesn't mean I'm not going to give it a shot, though. But I can't take a selfie to save my life. Like, I'll be in the mirror, I'll be looking it up, and like, yeah, that's my angle, and I'll line it up. By the time I snap the picture, I just look like someone dropped a turd on the sidewalk or something. That's why I grew out this beard, just to show people what I consider to be the boundary between my head and my neck. I'm also on Bumble, not just Tinder. Bumble, if you haven't heard of it, it's a lot like Tinder, but there's rules to this one. It's like the girl's got to message the boy first. You can't just match up and then just start sending her all these messages. So I match up with this girl, and I'm reading her profile, and she's like, well, I'm 5'10", so you can expect that I'm going to ask how tall you are. Also, I've got like 4 kids and all this other stupid shit going on. So I'm waiting for her, and then all of a sudden she messages me, and like, ooh, she's like, hey, handsome. My reply right away, like, just cut to the chase. 6'4", we fucking or what? She's like, oh, that's so fun. And you got a full head of hair, that's impressive. Like, lady, if you are impressed by how much hair is on my head, just wait till you see my back. You are in for a treat. I didn't go anywhere with her though. She's got 4 kids. She's got pussy's on fucking windsock at this point. I don't need that in my life. So I stopped into a local business recently just to find out once and for all if this place really was a rub and tug, as I suspected. Good news, folks. This story's got a happy ending. I like to throw out the puns every once in a while. And I'm just walking out there. I felt real good about myself because I was finally able to achieve something that Robert Kraft never could. You guys remember the owner of the Patriots? This guy! I can tell this guy watched a lot of football. The guy owns the New England Patriots. He got busted for that kind of business. I don't know. I don't need 6 Super Bowls. All I need is a 60-year-old Filipino lady to tug my dick every once in a while. That's all I ever wanted out of life. But I walk into this place, and I was a little bit nervous. You know how you get when you walk into a business and you're about to ask someone to jerk you off? It's like, is this frowned upon in this kind of place? If you're walking to a massage parlor and it's open at 2 in the morning, it's probably a safe bet. Just give it a shot. But I walk in, there's nobody in the business. I'm like, where is everybody? I walk up to the reception desk, maybe there's a bell or something. I peek over the desk, there's 2 ladies sleeping on the ground in a little nest of pillows and blankets they have there. Not like they were sex slaves or anything, it's just a relaxed work environment. That's great, I came here to fucking relax, guys. I've been under all this stress lately, and I carry all that tension in my genitals. I just need to give it a little release. I know. So if you're wondering, the rub, take it or leave it, but the tug. If you go to this place, highly recommend the tug. If I had one critique though, you gotta focus on what you're doing. Ladies, this whole table's gonna want to know this. When you're at your rub and tugs, you open it up, the cam business isn't gonna last forever. Alright, you gotta focus on what you're doing. You got the customer here focused. This lady, God bless her soul, she was just tugging it this way and that. You gotta keep it straight up and down. This lady made me come on her face, is what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, I mean, she was professional about it. She had a washcloth handy, and she scrubbed my face down real good, just like Mama used to do. I mean, honestly, I probably could have said something. I could have stopped it, before it got to that point. But I felt like we had something going between me and her. I didn't want to ruin anything by opening my big mouth, Plus, I didn't want to open my mouth. I don't know. I'm not proud of myself. I just want to be clear on this. I am not proud for coming on my own face. What I am proud of, though, is the reaction I got from this lady. Not when she this initially, when she just burst out laughing at me, but when she's like, oh my God, you shot that so far. Maybe I'm the best at this. It's kind of hoping the next time I come in, maybe there'll be like a plaque on the wall with my name, or just like a notch in the doorway. Justin, age 35, this high, you got it. I feel like that was 8 minutes, and that's how much I planned for. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Let's bring Brian feedback up here, everybody.
Who here has ever had a crazy-ass roommate? Right. You haven't, it's coming. I statistically have a whack-ass roommate every 4 years. And it all started in college. College. And I thought it was always going to be like the movies. Toga parties, keg stands, tons of meaningless sex, all the cocaine and liquor I could imagine. Where my friends that I would meet there would become my friends for the rest of my life. My roommate could be my best friend. Maybe one day at my wedding party. Sadly, that was not my college experience, because I went to a school where the motto was, nothing but you, Lord. I was so excited to fill out my roommate questionnaire. I was more excited to fill out that questionnaire than I was about my future education. My future education, right? I want to know, does anybody know what happens to these questionnaires? Like, seriously, I want to know. Because I think that my admissions board set them all on fire and said, nothing but you, Lord. Because the roommate that was assigned to me fit none of the qualifications to be my best friend. She was an only child from Flint, Michigan. She had 2 different colored eyes. I don't trust that. And she was too fucking Catholic, okay? She didn't partake in any parties or drinking because she was there to get a higher education. So the first night that I moved in with her, she looks at me and she said, "Hey, do you like smoke weed?" And I was like, "Yes! Oh my God, I love smoking weed!" And she got very serious in the face. And the room got 10 degrees colder. And I swear to God, I heard a wolf howl outside my window. She got very serious and she said, "Smoking marijuana is very illegal. Anyone that smokes it is bad because it's a gateway drug. Too bad you've already been corrupted by your own sins. Only God can forgive you now." She said that. Only God can forgive me now? What the fuck? Along with her being weird as shit saying that, she used to get me written up a lot. She was a narc, dude. She would go right to my RA. Two of my favorite things that I got written up for was I tweeted, "My roommate is a peasant." And the other one was sleep talking. Yeah, you heard that right. Sleep talking, okay? Here's the scenario for you guys. Me sleeping, her not. Hey, happy birthday. Happy birthday. She says, Kate, it's not my birthday. That's when I sprung up and I said, "Go fuck yourself." And I laid back down and started snoring. That was the actual transcript that my RA read to me. Yeah, eventually she had a mental breakdown because of my sinful life of smoking weed and drinking Four Locos. But and then they moved me out of my dorm and they put me by myself. But all of this could have been avoided if they listened to my questionnaire. All of that. I really hit the jackpot though with this last one. This was very recent. Okay, me and my roommates, we needed to fill a spot in our house. So we went to this Safe Site roommate website where they give you a background check on everybody. The problem with a background check is that they only tell you if that person has any parking tickets, not if they're batshit crazy. Okay, so Rainey's whole background check said 30 years old, no priors, MSU graduate. So we let her move in. First red flag, day one, moving in. She had no boxes. She's 30, no boxes. All of her clothes were in grocery bags. She had an air mattress, no blankets, no pillows. She had to borrow those from us. So she moves into this house, and along with that, just being a red flag, she would often just sit around and we would be watching TV or just making dinner, and she would say the weirdest fucking shit. Unprompted, undesired, fun facts, she called them. So one time we're all sitting around, it would be multiple times, we would sit around and she would say, "I love just getting railed out by big black dudes." Like, okay. Or, "I love when a guy just comes all over my face and I can't see." My favorite though was we were watching TV and she says, "I can't believe the cops never got called on me." And I'm like, okay, where's this going? For what? And she said, "Well, I used to have my boyfriend break into my house and then chase me around with a knife for my rape fantasy." And I was like, what the fuck? Who in the fuck did I let in my house? She would do that. And then we started going through so much toilet paper. I'm talking a roll a day. Okay, that's too much. A roll a day. I came out of the bathroom. I said, "Hey, do you know what's happening with our toilet paper?" And she responded with, "Oh, I'm not doing anything weird with it." Okay, somebody that says that is definitely doing something weird. I don't even want to know what you're doing with it. It got to the point where she would have so many random men over all the time, and they would only be over for like an hour at a time. We're like, okay. We're like, "Where's this guy from?" And she's like, "I met him at work." And we're like, "Oh, is he like a coworker?" And she's like, "No, he's just a customer. She worked at a Meijer gas station." Just a customer. I want to know how this happens. How does it go from, "Can I get $20 on pump 4" to, "Hey, baby, you want to smoke some weed and drink some Henny later?" How mattress. We used to hear her blow that thing up every night. And then she would have the most outrageous sounding sex upstairs so that we could hear it. We didn't want to hear that. It was just, obnoxious. This girl ruined everything. So about 2.5 months into it, we were like, fucking, you gotta go, dude. 2.5 months of this girl living this Law and Order special victim unit life. We said, you gotta go. You're stealing our food. You're taking our weed. You're stealing my sense of comfort in my own home. So just like that, she moved out, just the same way she moved in. Grocery bags full of clothes, air mattress, all of her wigs. She started wearing so many wigs every day, and she would just go out in a wig and come back, and we're like, where'd you get this wig? I can't pay for consumers this month because I bought a $50 wig. We're like, stop buying fucking wigs then, dude. So just like that, she packed up everything, put it in an Uber, and drove off into the distance. Dun dun. From having whack-ass roommates. Questionnaires don't matter, background checks don't matter, and nothing but you, Lord. My name is Kate Carmody. Thank you guys. You can follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Thank
you. 1 out of every 4 men in the United States have had a homosexual experience. I mean, not that I care, but I have 3 brothers. Made Easter interesting for me because I couldn't get it out of my head, right? And it was like a Sesame Street episode to me, you know, when they put the screen in 4 parts. Which one of these kids is doing their own thing? Which one is not like the other? I couldn't figure it out. Like one brother is watching football, another brother fixing a car, another brother giving me a blowjob. Who is it? I'm just playing, man. I don't have a brother to fix a car. I wish. Oh, you know, when I was with my brothers, we started talking about. I asked them, I go, do you guys know Mrs. Jones, the neighbor next door? She's turning 105 next week. And my brother Corey's like, oh my God, who wants to live to be that old? It's not like you're having sex anymore. I'm like, Jesus Christ, Corey, it's obvious you've never worked at a nursing home. Me and Mrs. Jones, we got a thing. Then we started talking about how we wanted to die. And again, Corey's like, I want to die orgasming. And my youngest brother, Troy, is like, oh, not me. I do not want to die alone. You guys think, mortician's in a mall and he sees a hot chick, he's like, man, I can't wait for her to die. Oh, like when we drop food, we got that 5-second rule. Maybe mortician's got some. 9 to 98.6 degrees. 95% of necrophiliacs feel that their lovers are cold-hearted. And the rest of us don't care. I'm playing. I am not a necrophiliac. However, if you were to see a sex tape of me and my former wife, you might not be so sure. I just lay there.